We do have Jason Nathanson, ABC News entertainment correspondent. Good morning, Jason Nathanson.
You'll always have me.
There you go. Al Franken, Sylvester Stallone, this sexual harassment thing, what are they saying in Hollywood? I mean, it's sort of, it is the story of the century, really, story of the year.
It really is. It's what's been dominating things, and as we come to the end of the year, it makes you wonder how much of next year is going to be dominated by every day somebody being accused of something, and the accusations against Sylvester Stallone are pretty serious. A 16-year-old girl who says that he pretty much forced her into sex with him and his bodyguard in 1986 in Las Vegas. Now, there's supposedly a police report, although we've talked to Las Vegas PD, they can't find this report. But they say the formatting of what was released to this one paper, it was the Baltimore Post-Examiner, which had the story over a year ago, by the way, and then it just got picked up by the Daily Mail this week. So it's a little strange how this is coming out, but the allegations are serious. Sylvester Stallone, by the way, denies everything, calls it ridiculous. His rep says this is a ridiculous, categorically false story.
Yeah. As for Al Franken, I mean, a lot of people know him as a senator, but I mean, he was a pretty in guy when it came to Hollywood and Saturday Night Live, right? I mean, he was a well-respected guy.
Absolutely. Probably would up there in the pantheon of comics, along with some of the best of them, with Robin Williams and, Eddie Murphy and all those. He was thought of as a brilliant comic mind before he was a senator. And then, these pictures come out now when he was on a USO tour. And this radio host here in Los Angeles says that while they were rehearsing, he, forcibly kissed her. And then you got this picture of him, it looks like he's grabbing her breast, although it doesn't look like there's contact.
Right.
But it's not an appropriate picture, especially for a senator.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting time in Hollywood. All right, let me ask you: have you seen this movie Lady Bird? That's everywhere.
I have not seen Lady Bird. No.
Do you know anything about it? Because it's getting a lot of buzz.
Yeah, this is Greta Gerwig, who is kind of an indie actress. This is her first directorial and writing feature. And it stars Saoirse Ronan, who's a fantastic young actress. And it's a story about mothers and daughters. It's kind of a quiet indie film, but it's getting a whole lot of buzz. And it's opening across the country, in select theaters. They're rolling it out slowly. But people are talking Oscar for this thing. I, for one, I'm very curious about seeing it.
She was the one who was the lead actress in the movie Brooklyn, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Which is a very quiet little movie, but also a fantastic film.
Yeah, good. All right, good. Justice League, is that out this week?
It is. I have seen that one, and the reviews are not great.
Oh, boy.
This is another movie from the DC people who just can't seem to get it right when Marvel gets everyone. Even Marvel gets Thor 3 right, but DC can't seem to get their big. I mean, everybody's comparing this to the Avengers because it is. You got Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. You got Cyborg. You got the Flash, who, by the way, Ezra Miller plays the Flash and is a lot of fun. One of the bright spots of the movie. But they can't seem to figure this out. The Avengers opened, by the way, in 2012 to what was then more than $200 million and a record. Justice League will be lucky to make half of that.
All right, and then this Julia Roberts movie, Wonder, Bring the Tissues?
No, exactly. This is a tearjerker. You have her and Jacob Tremblay, who you might remember, he was the kid from Room. That critically acclaimed movie from a couple of years ago about a boy with facial differences who tries to fit in a new school. It's based on a best-selling book and a real-life story, and critics seem to like it.
Yeah. I've seen the promos. I start crying in the promos. So if you're crying in the promos, bring the tissues. All right, Jason, Nathan, have a good week. Thanks for checking.